evening, Charger fans. I'm Jackson Davis with Play-by-Play.
And I'm Gabe Winchester on color commentary.
Tonight we have the Carroll Chargers girls volleyball versus the Heritage Patriots. But before we get started with that, we would like to take a moment to talk about the games from Saturday last week.
The Chargers faced off against Chesterton, Lawrence North, Penn, and Lake Central on Saturday at the Penn Invitational. In Carroll's first match against Penn, they won 2-1 overall. The first set went to Penn, 25-19. Second set went to Carroll with a score of 25-15. Then in the third set, Carroll won the match with a final score of 15-9. Overall stats of the game: Carroll with 39 kills, Penn with 30. 6 blocks for Carroll, 2 for Penn. 4 service aces on Carroll, 1 for Penn. 54 digs with Carroll and 49 with Penn. 36 assists for Carroll and 21 for Penn.
In Carroll's second game, they faced off against Lawrence North. They won the match 2-0 overall. The score in the first set was 25-14. In the second set, Carroll won 25-20, ended the match. Overall stats for the game: Carroll had 35 kills while Lawrence had 11. Carroll had 3 total blocks while Lawrence had 4. 4 serving aces for Carroll while Lawrence had 0. 36 digs for Carroll while Lawrence had 24. And 33 assists for Carroll while Lawrence had 10. In the third game, Carroll faced Lake Central, beating them with an overall set score of 2-0. In the first set, Carroll beat Lake Central 25-16. In the second set, Carroll ended with a match of 25-15. Here's the overall stats of the game. Lake Central had 15 kills while Carroll had 34. Lake Central had 4 total blocks and Carroll had 2.
We'll take a short break from this pregame to do the national anthem real quick. We will be back shortly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our varsity volleyball match tonight, featuring the Lady Patriots of Heritage and your Carroll Chargers. At this time, if you are able, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And now let's meet our team. First, with visiting Lady Patriots. Number 2, Inslee Dahmer. Number 3,
We are
Olivia
now back
Miller.
after the national anthem.
Number 5, Riley Roy.
Back with the stats against Lake Central last week.
Number 11,
Lake Central had 29 digs while Carroll had 34. Lake Central had 15 assists while Carroll had 32.
number 15, Elaine Pickle.
In the fourth and final match Carroll played on Saturday, the Chargers versus the Chesterton Trojans. Overall, the set score of 2-0 with Carroll winning. Carroll secured the first set with a score of 25-2. Then in second set, they collected another match-winning set with a score of 25-16. And here's the overall team stats. Carroll had 24 kills while the Trojans had 21. Chargers pulled in 4 blocks while Trojans had 1. 5 serving aces for Carroll while the Trojans had 2. 30 digs for Carroll, and Chesterton had 31. And then overall 21 assists from both teams. In other Carroll sports news, on Friday last week, the Chargers beat the Hamilton Southeastern Royals with a score of 54-23. This has been your pregame. We'll now be moving on shortly to the varsity match of Carroll Chargers versus the Heritage Patriots.
As we start our varsity matchup, Heritage, number 9, Kinley Galentine, up for the serve.
Here's Heritage on the serve.
Carroll will miss-bump it, but will still manage to save it as they'll bump it over to Heritage side. Heritage sets it over to the left side. Soft spike, but blocked by Carroll. Heritage sets it out to the right side. Spike down off of Carroll's hands, and Heritage will get the first point of the match, making the score 1-0. Heritage in the lead by 1. Galentine up for the serve again. Carroll bumps it up to the right side. Set down, spiked and killed by number 10.
By number 19, Addie Sparks.
Here's the serve for Carroll. Heritage bumps it up, sets it out to the left side, spikes it down, bumped up again. Set over to the left side, spiked again. Heritage with a miss bump will go out of bounds, and Carroll will get the point, making the score 2-1.
Stiegel with the kill.
Coming up for Carroll's serve, number 10, Ella Craker. Here's the serve. Heritage bumps it up, bumps it again to the middle, spikes it down, but I believe
Heritage has 4 touches there.
Carroll will get the point, making the score 3-1. Carroll in the lead by 2. Heritage sets it to the left side, spikes it down, and they will get the point, making the score 3-2. Carroll only in the lead by 1. Coming up for Heritage serve, number 12, Audrey Bickle. Carroll will bump it up, set it out to the right side, soft spike it. Heritage setting out to the right side, spike down. And a good spike as Heritage will get the point, tying the game 3-3. Heritage with the service error as Carroll will get the point, making the score 4-3. Carroll in the lead by 1.
Eliaski will come on to serve for Carroll.
Carroll with the serve. Heritage sets it out to the right side. Spiked over. Carroll still with it. Spikes it down. Carroll will get the point. Number 12, Emma Freisinger. Carroll with the serve. Heritage keeps it up. It'll go over the net and in as Heritage gets the point. Correction, Carroll gets the point, making the score 5-4. Correction, 6-4. Heritage will bump it up again. They'll hit it over to Carroll's side. They'll bump it up, set it out to the middle. Spike down. Heritage not managing to get the ball as it goes out of bounds.
Freisinger pulling in another kill in the first set.
Score is now 7-3. Carroll in the lead by 4.
Eliaski back on the serve.
Heritage bumps it up. Heritage sets it out to the left side. Spike down. Carroll spikes it. Heritage keeps it in. They'll hit it over and off the net as Carroll will get the point, making the score 8-3. Carroll in the lead by 5.
Eliaski back on the serve.
Heritage sets it. Soft spikes over. Carroll sets it out to the left side. Spikes it down. Heritage managing to keep it in. Soft spikes it over. Carroll setting, spiking. Heritage still keeping it up. Hits it over to Carroll's side. Sets it to the right side. Spike down. Heritage still keeping it. Spikes it down again. It's a great rally. Carroll. And it's blocked by Heritage number 10, Elena Leibarger, making the score 8-4 as Heritage will get the point. Heritage with the serve. Carroll sets it to the middle, spikes down. It'll go out of bounds for another Heritage point, making the score 8-5. Carroll still in the lead by 3, but Heritage making a slow comeback. Heritage server number 7, Mallory Ehrman. Carroll sets it to the middle, spikes it down. Heritage still keeping it in. Bumps it over to Carroll's side. Carroll sets it up twice. Spikes down on the right side, and it's in. Number 12, Emma Freisinger with the spike. Substitutions. Number 9 will come on, which is Livy Haliski. And number
Stiegel with a service error, just barely out of bounds there.
And number 3, Caitlin Peters will come off. Carroll bumps it up. Still with it, Carroll spikes it to the right side. Heritage managing to keep it in. Bumps it over to Carroll's side. Bumps up to the middle. Set out to the left side. Spike down. Heritage still with it. Bumps it to the left side. Spikes it down. Carroll keeping it in. Almost hitting the ceiling. Spiked down by Carroll on the left side. Heritage still with it. Spikes it down. And it go out of bounds for a Carroll point. Making the score 10-6. Carroll in the lead by 4.
On the serve for Carroll, number 5, Evelyn DeTurk.
Heritage sets it up twice to the right side. Spike down, blocked by Carroll, still with it. Carroll bumps it, sets it out to the right side. Spike down, Carroll gets the kill. Number 19, Addie Sparks. Score is now 11-6. Carroll in the lead by 5. Carroll with the serve. Heritage bumps it up, sets it out to the right side, spikes it down. Carroll sets it out to the middle, spikes down. And Carroll will get the point.
Number 19, Addie Sparks with the kill.
They will call a deflection off of Heritage. One player will have a word with the ref. He'll consult with his line judge for the call. Final judgment, Heritage with the point, making the score 11-7.
Serving for Heritage, number 10, Elena Livarger.
Heritage serves and it goes out of bounds for a Carroll point. Make the score 12-7.
Beautiful use of spotting right there by Carroll, being able to determine if that serve was in or out or not, giving them an easy point. Serving for Carroll, number 14, Jocelyn Walborn.
Here's the serve for Carroll. Heritage bumps it up, bumps it over to Carroll's side. They'll bump, spike down quick with the kill. Number 18, Elioski with the kill.
A timeout is called. We will be back shortly.
As we return after the timeout, Carroll has the serve.
Number 14, Walborn. Heritage gets it over the net. Bumped up, set by Elioski. Set, attack. Well, Heritage with the attack. Over the top will be called. Carroll with the point. Walborn on the serve again. Current score is 14-7. Here's your serve. Heritage bumps it up. They bump it again. Number 9 will go on the attack, but it is blocked by number 19 and number 18, Elioski and Addie Sparks. Beautiful work by that duo right there. Walborn back on the serve. Heritage will bump it up. They go for the set. They try to get the kill, but it doesn't break through. Elioski with the set. Carroll will get the point. There was a two-touch from Heritage. Score is now 16-7.
Walborn still on the serve.
Heritage bumps it up. They get it over the net. Set by Elioski. Stiegel will go on the attack and bag another kill. 17-7 now.
Carroll in the lead by 10 points. Wallborn doing a great job at the serve position. Let's see if she can continue her streak with serves.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They set. They will go for the attack. They just get it over the net. Number 18, Ellie Oski, will go on the attack. Heritage will try to get it over the net. Carroll gets the point, 4-touch. Now 18-7.
We'll take another timeout break, and we will be back after this short intermission.
Wallborn coming back to serve after the timeout. Score is 18-7. Here we go again. Here's your serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for a set. They get it over their net. Carroll sets it. Number 9 gets it over the net for Carroll. Heritage sets. Number 4 will go on the attack. It is inbound. Number 4, Grace Schumann.
Heritage with the point, making the score 18-7. Carroll is still up by 11.
Grace will come back onto the serve. Here's your serve. Service error into the net. Serving for Carroll now, number 9, Livy Hiloski.
Score is now 19-8. Carroll only 6 points away from winning the set.
Heritage bumps up. They bump it again. They get it over the net on the attack. Point goes to them, 19-9. Number 9 with the kill, Kinley Galantine, as she will now serve for the Patriots. Here's the serve. It is out of bounds. Amazing usage of spotting again.
Now coming up to serve for Carroll, number 10, Ella Kraker.
And number 19, Addie Sparks, will come off the court. Here's your serve. Heritage bumps it up. They bump it again. Number 7 will get it over the net and get the kill. Mallory Ehrman.
It's a great spike down the middle. Carroll just barely out of reach from being able to dig it up. Score is now 20-10. Heritage down by 10. Carroll 5 points away from winning the set.
Serving for Heritage, number 8, Brinley Girodot. Here's your serve. Out of bounds again. 21-10, only 4 points away from winning the set for Carroll. On the serve for Carroll, number 18, Ellie Oski.
Substitutions for Carroll, number 14, Jocelyn Walborn will come off, while number 12, Emma Freisinger will come back on the court. Subs for Heritage, number 12 and number 8 will both come off, as Audrey Bickle and Vivian Bowers.
Heritage bumps it up. They go for a set. They go on the attack. Heritage gets the point. I apologize. I am unable to determine what the call was there. Heritage with the serve. Mallory Ehrman. Bumped up by Carroll. Set by Elioski. Number 16, Emmy Barnins with the kill.
Carroll now 3 points away, as they'll substitute again. Number 9, Livy Heliski will come off, or will come on, and number 3, Caitlin Peters will come off.
Heritage gets it over the net. Carroll, Emma Freisinger will go on the attack. She couldn't get a breakthrough though. Emmy Bornans just taps it over the net and gets them another point. It is now set point for Carroll, 24-11. I apologize, 23-11. Stiegel on the serve. She gets it over the net. Heritage goes on the attack. It's bumped up by Kraker, set by Oski, and Stiegel will go on the attack. Heritage goes for an attack. They can't get a breakthrough though. They go for it again. It is out of bounds. Set point, 24-11 now. Stiegel will come on to serve yet again.
Can Carroll get the set point? It'll go out of bounds for a Heritage point.
24-12 now. On the serve for Heritage, number 6, Maya Ehrman. Kraker bumps it up. Oski sets it. Freisinger goes for the kill. It is out of bounds.
Heritage with the point again, making a slow comeback. Carroll up by 11.
Here's the serve. Kraker bumps it up. Oski sets. Freisinger goes with another kill. Heritage gets the bump. They set. They get it over the net. Ooh, Stiegel loses control as she tries to set it, and it goes out of bounds again. I think right now the best thing Carroll can do is take a quick breather to calm their nerves, because it seems like they're getting antsy to get this first set done with, and it's allowing Heritage to make a comeback. Here's her serve. Bumped up. Bumped again. Livy will try to get the attack for Carroll, but it is blocked by Heritage, giving them another point. This might be Heritage's big comeback in the first set to start it off.
Great defense by Heritage there, smothering the spike.
Ehrman back on the serve. Kraker bumps it up for Carroll. Oski on the set. Stiegel tries to go for the kill, doesn't break through. Heritage gets it over the net. Stiegel bumps it up. Oski sets. Livy goes on the attack. She doesn't get a breakthrough though, and gets the kill. Number 9, Livy Halaski with the set winning point. We'll be back shortly to get this second set on the roll. right, coming into the second set now. Carroll leading 1-0 overall. Starting off the second set, we'll have Jocelyn Walborn serving for Carroll. Here's the serve. Heritage bumps it up. They go for a set. They go to spike it down. It is out of bounds.
It's a good play, but an unlucky spike by Heritage. Carroll will start off the second set 1-0.
Walborn coming back to serve. It's bumped up by Heritage. They go for the spike. Stiegel keeps it up though. Livy tries to get it over the net, does not get enough power off though, and it goes into the net. Serving for Heritage, number 9, Kinley Galentine. Here's your serve. Craker bumps it up. Oski goes for the set. Livy gets the kill for Carroll. Currently 3-0 now. 3-1, I apologize.
Heritage just not able to get to that. It's a great low spike straight into the middle of the court.
Livy Holoski with the serve. Heritage bumps it up. They go for the set. They try to get the kill. It doesn't break through though. Ooh, Carroll does not get enough momentum to keep that ball up. It is now tied up. On the serve for Heritage, number 12, Audra Beckel. It's bumped up by Carroll, set by Oski. Stiegel will go for the kill. Doesn't break through though. Heritage bumps it up. They get it over the net. Set, bumped up by Craker, set by Oski. Stiegel tries to go for the kill, but it is blocked by Heritage. It does go out of bounds though. On the serve for Carroll, number 10, Ella Craker. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for another bump. They set it. It goes into the net, giving Carroll another point.
Score is now 4-2. Carroll in the lead by 2.
Craker back on the serve for Carroll. Carroll with the point. I am confused on what the call is here. Craker back on the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They try to go for the kill. Number 16 and number 18, Emmy Bonarns and Ellie Oski block it, giving Carroll another point. Carroll back on the serve. Heritage bumps it up. They set it, they get it over. Set by Craker, set by Oski. Stiegel tries to go for the kill. It is blocked by number 10, Elena Leibarger.
Coming up for Heritage, number 7, Mallory Ehrman with the serve. Score is 6-3. Carroll in the lead by 3.
Here's the serve. Bumped up. Ooh, Carroll does not get enough momentum, and the ball goes down on their side, giving Heritage another point.
Mallory Ehrman still with the serve for Heritage.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Point goes to Carroll. There was a joust on the right side. It goes out of bounds off of Heritage, giving Carroll another point. On the serve, number 18, Ellie Oski. Here's the serve. Bumped up. Oh, Carroll gets it over. Bumped up by number 1. Set. Heritage gets it over the net. Set by Craker. Emma Freisinger tries to go for the kill. It is blocked, but it goes out of bounds off of Heritage, giving Carroll another point.
Score is now 8-4. Carroll will lead by 4.
Here's the serve. It is out of bounds off of Oski on the serve. Score is now 8-5.
Now for the serve for Heritage, number 6, Maya Ehrman.
Bumped up by Peters, set by Oski. Freisinger goes on the attack, doesn't break through though. Heritage gets it over the net, it's bumped. Oh, line violation on Carroll. Oski just loses her footing there. Not a good thing to have happen right now. Ehrman back on the serve. Bumped by Craker, set by Oski. Carroll just gets it over the net. Heritage goes on the attack. It goes out of, I apologize. It is tipped off by Carroll and goes out of bounds, giving Heritage another point, now 8-7. Maya Ehrman back on the serve. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Tapped over by Stiegel. Heritage back on. They try and get the kill. Number 7, Mallory Ehrman.
It's a good attempt at a block by Carroll, but it just unluckily bounces off the hand of Carroll down into their own side. Heritage now tied it up 8-8.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Stiegel goes on the attack. Heritage gets it over the net. It's set by Craker. Set by Oski. Freisinger goes on the attack. It is blocked by Heritage, and they get a point. Score is now 8-9. Heritage is up. Here's your serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Stiegel goes for the kill and gets it. Beautifully done right there. Putting it in that left front side of the courts. Tying things up again.
Deflected by the hand of Heritage blocker. Score is now 9-9. Team still tied up.
Carroll with the serve by Stiegel. And she gets an ace. Score is now 10-9.
Both teams inching their way up the scoreboard, trying to see who can get farther. And
Heritage gets it, tries to get over the net, just does not get enough momentum though. Carroll getting her points now, 11-9. Stiegel back on the serve. Here's the serve. They bump it up. Stiegel keeps it in for Carroll. Livy tries to get the kill. Doesn't break through. Oski with the set. Livy goes for it again. She gets it over the net. Livy putting on pressure for Carroll. Carroll gets it over. Oh, we have an amazing rally here going. Livy gets the kill for Carroll. It is now 12-9. Beautiful work by both sides there as they were constantly in a motion of swapping between attacking and defending. Beautiful work at the net from both sides. Stiegel back on the serve for Carroll. It's bumped up by Heritage. They get it over the net. It's set by Oski. Freisinger goes for the kill. Doesn't break through. Bumped by Heritage. Oh.
I believe we have someone down on the court. We'll be right back after this short injury timeout.
Number 9, Kinley Galentine, will walk off the court. It seems like she got an ankle injury. She will be walked out of the gymnasium right now. Both teams are setting back up to play. Stiegel with the serve for Carroll. Heritage bumps it up. They get it over the net. Ooh, beautiful work right there from Heritage.
The kill was by number 10, Elena Leibarger. Score is 12-10. Carroll in the lead by 2.
Elena will serve for Heritage now. Set by, beautiful work by Livy Hiloski there, getting a kill. Evelyn DeTurk will come onto the court and be serving for Carroll right now. Here's the serve. Heritage bumps up. Set. They spike it down. Set by Oski. Freisinger will go on the attack, doesn't break through. Heritage bumps it again. They get it over the net. DeTurk with the dig, getting it over the net for Carroll. Oh, bad bump off right there by Livy Hiloski, giving Heritage a point.
The kills by number 4, Grace Shawman on the Heritage. Score is now 13-11. Heritage down by 2. Carroll in the lead.
Grace on the serve. Bumped up by Stiegel. Set by Oski. Livy will go for it. Ooh. Number 12. Audra Bickle will try to get the ball up, but it'll go into the net and touch her again. On the serve for Carroll, number 14, Jocelyn Wellborn. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for a set. Number 18. It's bumped up by Wellborn. Hiloski will go for the kill. Doesn't break through. Heritage goes back at them. DeTurk keeps it. And that is a point for Carroll. Beautiful work again by both sides there, putting on a good rally.
I believe that kill was by number 9, Livy Hiloski.
Here's serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They get it over the net. DeTurk sets it. It's bumped up by... Well. On the kill, number 19, Addie Sparks. Jocelyn Wellborn on the serve. It's bumped up. They go for the set. They go, ooh. Number 9, Livy Hiloski tries to block a Heritage kill, but it breaks through and goes out of bounds on her.
Now up for the serve for Heritage, number 8, Brinley Girardot.
Here's the serve. Oh, Carroll does not get enough motion off of that as they give Heritage another point.
Score is now 16-13. Carroll in the lead by 3.
Girardot back on the serve. It's bumped up by Wellborn. Set by Oski. Stiegel goes on the attack, doesn't break through. Heritage goes for the attack. It doesn't break through. Stiegel with the dig. DeTurk. Wellborn gets it over, but it's blocked.
It's a great block by number 12, Audra Bickle.
Heritage, that rally absolutely locked down Carroll there. Constantly having Carroll's players diving around to keep that ball up in hopes of scoring. Here's the serve. Goes into the net. Carroll now has a chance to make up lost points.
Score is now 17-14. Carroll in the lead by 3.
Livy Holoski will go on the serve. Here's the serve. It's bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They get the kill. It's deflected off by Livy Holoski into the crowd, giving Heritage another point. This has been a very good set so far. Heritage definitely pulling in more traction than what they did last set. And it is showing very much here as Carroll is struggling to keep their lead. Bumped up by the Turk. Bumped again by Walborn. Stiegel goes on the attack, doesn't break through. Heritage bumps it up. They go for an attack, it doesn't break through. Heritage will go for another one. It gets blocked by Walborn. And they could not get the dig there, giving Carroll their 18th point.
Substitutions for Heritage. Number 12, Audra Bickle will come off. And number 1, Kirsten Hess will come on.
And for Carroll, number 5 and number 19 will come off. I could not track who came back on. Kraker with the serve. It's bumped up. Heritage goes for the kill. It is deflected out of bounds off of Carroll's blockers, giving them another point.
Deflection was off of Sarah Stiegel. Score is still 18-16. Carroll in the lead by 2.
Heritage is definitely making Carroll work to keep that lead now. On the serve for Heritage, number 7, Mallory Ehrman. Bumped up by Peters. Set over by Oski, and she gets the point. Beautiful work there. Oski is normally the person you would see on the set, but instead she gets it over the net there. Oh.
Substitutions for Carroll. Number 14, Jocelyn Walborn will come off, while number 12, Emma Freisinger will come on.
Heritage bumps it up, bumps again. They go on the attack. They get it over. Kraker on the set. Stiegel will go on the attack. Heritage keeping it up still. Kraker gets the set. Oski. Stiegel will go for another kill. Heritage gets it over. Set by Freisinger, set by Oski. Freisinger will go on the attack, and she gets another kill.
Off the deflection of Heritage. It's a good spike, powerful and low. Score is now 20-16. Carroll in the lead by 4, just 5 points away as we will take a timeout break. We will be back after the short intermission. As we come back onto the court, Carroll's server.
Number 18, Elioski. Ooh, an antenna call as number 1, Kristen Hess, tries to keep the ball up after that serve, giving Oski an ace.
Carroll gets the point starting off of the timeout. Score is now 21-16. Carroll in the lead by 5.
And another ace for Oski. That is 2 straight aces for her.
And another timeout is called. as we end
Alright.
off the timeout. Coming on for Carroll server, Oski, number 18.
Here's the serve. Heritage bumps it up. They set it. They go on the attack. It's bumped up by Peters. Bumped by Oski. Freisinger goes on the attack. Doesn't break through. Stiegel gets the point. It was deflected off of number 10 there, giving Carroll their 23rd point. Oski back on the serve. Service error. It is out of bounds.
Carroll only 2 points away from winning the set. Score is 23-17. Carroll in the lead.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Stiegel taps it over and gets another kill. Set point in the second set.
Substitutions for Carroll.
Peters will come off as Hiloski will come on. Stiegel on the serve yet again for a set point. Here's the serve. It's bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They try to get the kill. Carroll keeps it up. Livy will go for it. They get the point. Livy Hiloski with the second set winning kill. We will be back into the third set after this. Starting off the third set, we will have serving for Heritage, number 8, Brinley Girodot. Here's the serve. Set by Stiegel, bumped up by Oski. Hiloski will go for the kill as it is sent far up. Heritage gets it over the net, set by Oski. Hiloski will get the kill there for Carroll, starting off the third set.
That was deflected off number 8, Brinley Girodot. Correction, Heritage will have the point.
Back on the serve, Brinley Girodot. Here's the serve. Set by Kraker, bumped up by Oski. Stiegel tries to go for the kill, but it is blocked by 6 and 12.
Maya Ehrman and Audra Pickle with the block for Heritage, making the score 2-0.
Heritage has opened up amazingly into this third set, hoping to extend it and maybe get a win off of this match. Freisinger goes on the attack. Doesn't break through. Heritage will go on their attack. 8 again, doesn't break through. Bumped up by Hiloski. Bumped by Stiegel over the net. Heritage sets it, bumps it. They get it over. It's bumped up by Carroll. Freisinger will go on the attack. And she gets the kill off of number 4, Grace Schumann.
Substitutions for Carroll. Number 9, Livy Haliski will come off as number 3, Caitlin Peters will come on.
Here's the serve. Into the net. Not a good way for Carroll to start off serving. Number 1 for Heritage will come off as number 11 will come on. Elizabeth Buck will be serving for Heritage.
Audra Bickle also came off the court for, I believe, number 10, Elena Leibarger to come on.
Stiegel bumps it up. Oski sets it. Freisinger goes on the attack. Doesn't break through. It's blocked by Heritage. Stiegel will go for the attack. She gets a breakthrough. It doesn't touch down, though. Heritage shouts it over. It's bumped up by Kraker. Set by Oski. And number 19, Addie Sparks with the kill.
It's a good attempt by Heritage, but Carroll manages to slip it by on the left side to get the kill, make it the score 2-3. Heritage in the lead by 1.
Kraker will serve for Carroll. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They try to get the kill. It's bumped up by Kraker, set by Oski. And put over the net. With an amazing block by number 6, Sarah Stiegel for Carroll.
The attempt at a kill by Heritage was number 6, Maya Ehrman on the left side.
Stiegel shut down that attempt of a kill right there. Beautiful job. Kraker with the serve for Carroll. It's over the net. I apologize, it was blocked by Carroll. Over the net and out of bounds on Heritage. Number 6, Maya Ehrman. Kraker back on the serve for Carroll. Here's the serve. Into the net. Score is now 4-4.
Unlucky service error by Carroll.
Now on the serve for Carroll, number 7, Mallory Ehrman. Here's the serve. Bumped by Kraker, set by Oski. Freisinger will go for the kill. It is blocked though. Peters with the set, Oski with the set. And number 16, Emmy Bonarnins will get the kill.
Carroll managing to find that gap between Heritage back line. Score is 5-4, Carroll up by 1.
On the serve for Carroll, Emma Freisinger. Bumped up by Heritage. Bumped again. It's over the net. Freisinger sets it. Stiegel goes on the attack. It is deflected inbounds, giving a beautiful block from Heritage.
block was by number 10, Elena Leibarger.
On the serve for Heritage, number 6, Maya Ehrman. It's bumped up by Kraker, set by Freisinger. Stiegel goes for the attack, doesn't break through. Heritage gets it over. It's set by Peters, set by Freisinger. And number 18, Alioski, tries to get the kill, but sends it out of bounds, giving Heritage a lead.
Serving for Heritage, number 6, Maya Ehrman.
Bumped up by Kraker, set by Freisinger. Stiegel gets the kill.
Managing to spike it between number 10 and number 6, Maya Ehrman and Elena Leibarger.
So far this set has seemed to be a tied up match in the third and maybe final set for Carroll. Carroll with the serve, number 6, Sarah Stiegel, into the net.
An unlucky service error for Carroll. Serving for Heritage, number 10, Elena Leibarger. Score is now 6-7. Heritage in the lead by 1.
And into the net it goes.
Score is now 7-7.
Evelyn DeTurk will serve for Carroll now. Here's the serve. It's bumped up by Heritage. Set. They go for the attack. It doesn't break through. Bumped up by DeTurk. Set by Freisinger. Oski tries to go for the kill, doesn't get it. Heritage gets it over the net. It's bumped by Stiegel. Set by Freisinger. Addie Sparks will get the kill though, putting Carroll up 8-7.
On Heritage side, at an attempt for a dig, number 1, Kirsten Hess. Score is 8-7. Carroll in the lead by 1.
Evelyn DeTurk back on the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They go on the attack. It doesn't break through though. It goes out of bounds. 9-7 now.
Spike was by number 4, Grace Schumann. Unlucky tip off the net, and it'll go out of bounds as they will take a timeout break. We'll be back after the short intermission.
Back. Evelyn DeTurk serving for kill right now. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They go for a backline attack. Bump up by DeTurk. Pulaski will get the point for Carroll as it was deflected off one of the Heritage players.
Number 12, Andra Bickle with the deflection. Make the score 10-7.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They bump it again. They go for the attack. Stiegel will get the dig. Pulaski will go on attack though. Heritage. They go on the attack. DeTurk gets it over. Heritage sets up for an attack. It gets over the net. Freisinger sets. Addie Sparks taps it over and gets Carroll another point.
The missed bump was by number 8, Brynlee Garadot on Heritage. Score is now 11-7. Carroll in the lead by 4.
DeTurk back on the serve for Carroll. Set by Heritage. Bumped up. They'll go for the attack. It is out of bounds. Number 7, Mallory Ehrman.
server for Carroll, number 5, Evelyn DeTurk.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They get it over the net though. Carroll gets back to them. They go on the attack. Doesn't break through. Hiloski will go for the attack. It doesn't break through. Addy will go for the attack. It doesn't break through. Stiegel sets it over. Heritage sets it up. They get it over the net. Carroll returns the set. Hiloski will go on the attack. Heritage sets it up again. They'll go for the attack. And it is out of bounds, just barely off the line, giving Carroll their 13th point. As another timeout is called. We will be back shortly. On the serve for Carroll, after the timeout, number 5, Evelyn DeTurk. Here's the serve. Bump up by Heritage, bumped again. They try to bump it over the net. They don't get it over. 4 touches to give Carroll another point. Carroll's starting to build up that big lead that they've had throughout every set. DeTurk will come back on to serve again. She gets the ace though, 16-7 now.
Kirsten Hess trying to bump it for Heritage, but it's deflected off of Brindley Garadot as it'll go out of bounds for a Carroll point. Score is 15-7.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They try to tap it over. It is jousted by Addie Sparks. Bumped up by Stiegel. Set by Freisinger, and number 18, Eliozki will get the kill. Correction, Heritage will get the point.
The most recent call, the line judge thought the ball was in bounds, but ball was out of bounds on the spike from Carroll.
On the serve for Heritage, number 4, Grace Schumann. Here's the serve. It's bumped up by Stiegel. Set by Freisinger. Oski will go on the attack. It is blocked and deflected out of bounds, giving Carroll another point. Oski serves for Carroll. Heritage bumps it up. They go for the attack. It breaks through though. Number 7, Mallory Ehrman.
Eliozki at the attempt for a dig, but slaps it away, and it goes out of bounds for a Heritage point. Score is now 16-9, Carroll in the lead.
Serving for Heritage, number 8, Brindley Girodot. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Kraker. Set by Oski. Addie Sparks will get the kill. 17-9 now. I apologize. It will be counted out of bounds, and Heritage will get another point.
Score is now 16-10.
Brindley back on the serve. Oh, sorry. Eliozki will talk to one of the refs right now.
Heritage will have the team meeting while Oski has a talk.
call still remains Heritage's point. Girardot on the serve for Heritage still. Here's the serve. And it is out of bounds. 17-10 now.
Unlucky serve by Heritage. Substitutions for Carroll, number 9. Libby Haliski will come off. And number 3,
Caitlin Peters will come on. Heritage bumps it up. They set it. They go on the attack. Oski keeps it up though with the set. Stiegel will go on the attack. It goes to Carroll. It was deflected off of Heritage, out of bounds.
I believe the deflection was off of number 6, Maya Ehrman.
Peters will go back on the serve.
Score is 18-10, Carroll in the lead.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. Bumped again. They get it over the net. Bumped up by Craker, set by Oski. Addie Sparks will get it over the net, getting a kill. There's now a 10-point lead. I apologize, 9-point lead. Peters on the serve. Bumped up by Heritage. They go for the set. They get the attack off. Doesn't break through though. Craker sets it up. And on the kill, number 12, Emma Freisinger.
Ball was deflected off of number 8, Brinley Gerardot for the Carroll point. Score is 20-10. Carroll in the lead. Caitlin Peters will take the serve for Carroll.
Here's the serve. Heritage goes on the attack. It's bumped up by Craker. Set by Oski. Addie Sparks will go on the attack. Doesn't break through though. Heritage jumps it backs up. They go for the attack. Doesn't break through. Craker sets it. Oski sets it. Freisinger will go on the attack. It doesn't break through. She bumps it up. Oski sets it. Stiegel goes on the attack. It doesn't break through. Heritage will go for the attack. Peters with the dig. Stiegel with the kill. 21-10 now.
It's a great kill between Maya Ehrman and Audra Bickle, trying to block it on Heritage side. Score is 21-10. Kill now 4 points away from match.
Peters back on the serve for Carroll. Bumped up by Heritage. Bumped again. They go for the set. It is blocked by Carroll. Heritage keeps it up though. They go for it again. It doesn't break through. Freisinger will go for the kill. It doesn't break through. Heritage bumps it up. Out of bounds. Carroll's point. 23-10 now.
I believe the out of bounds call was on Maya Ehrman as she tried to bump it over to Carroll's side. Score is now 22-10. Carroll in the lead.
Here's the serve. Set. Heritage tries to tap it over the net. It's digged up though. Oski will just set it over the net. Heritage gets it back over though. Ooh, Carroll keeps it up. Craker bumps it over the net. Set by Heritage. It's jousted over by Carroll. The Heritage will go for the attack. Carroll keeps the ball up. Heritage goes back on the attack. And they get the ball down. Number 7, Mallory Ehrman. Number 11 on the serve. Bumped up by Craker. Set by Oski. Freisinger will go for the attack. It doesn't get through though. Tapped over by Heritage. Oski sets it for Carroll. Stiegel taps it over the net. It is out of bounds. 23-11 now.
It's a great attempt at a dive by number 8, Brinley Gerardot, but she bumps it over to Carroll's side, but out of bounds, just a little wide.
Serving for Carroll, number 10, Ella Craker.
Score is 23-11. Carroll 1 point away from match point.
Bumped up by Heritage. Set. They tap it over the net. Set by Freisinger. Set by Oski. Whoa. Heritage will go on the attack. They don't get a breakthrough. They'll go for it again. Peters bumps it up. Oski sets it. Freisinger will go on the attack. He doesn't get through. It's set up by Heritage. They'll go for the attack. Kraker bumps it up. The whistle was blown. It's Heritage's point. Line violation on Carroll. 23-12 now. On the serve for Heritage, number 7, Maori Ehrman. Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Freisinger will go on the attack. It is out of bounds.
Heritage with the point. Score is now 23-13. Mallory still on the serve for Heritage.
Here's the serve. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Oski. Freisinger will go for the kill again. It is I apologize. It is just out of bounds on Freisinger. Here's the serve from Heritage. Bumped up by Kraker. Bumped by Oski. Siegel will try to go for the kill. It doesn't break through. Too many touches. Carroll is getting antsy to get those last 2 points of the set. And they're starting to slip away now. Service error off of Heritage. It is now set point for Carroll.
And match point.
And match point. On the serve for Carroll, number 12, Emma Freisinger. Here's the serve. Into the net.
Service error by Carroll. Score is now 24-16.
On the serve for Heritage, number 6, Maya Ehrman. Bumped up by Peters. Set by Freisinger. Siegel tries to go for the kill. It is tapped out of bounds by a Heritage player. That is game. Carroll wins 3-0. I'm your color commentator and play-by-play, Gage Winchester.
And I am your color commentary, Jackson Davis. Thank you for watching, and we hope you all have a great night.